I had asked I told my father that I don't theoretically have to ask permission for this change years ago because of the Maharam Sheikh, but I did ask. My family felt I was nuts. Most people thought I was crazy because first of all, you're Ashkenazi. Look at you. You're an Ashkenazi. By the way, the past has nothing to do with this at all. That's a different story. Much to my middle daughter's chagrin. So people thought I was changing because I thought that tefillah was more authentic. People thought I was changing because I just wanted to change in life and was like seeking something. None of that's true. It was this new approach and relationship with Hashem that I was seeking as a result of that Hitbodedut years ago. And if you trace things back, I think that my decision just to teach that class years ago is what led me to all that, which was, Baruch Hashem, was fantastic. People have asked also, how does this affect my family? I said b'fem maleh that I took it on for myself. My wife obviously hears my Havdalah and my Kiddush, and there's certain things that we do that are a little different, but she's still Ashkenazi as they come. It's Borei Minei Mezonos forever, which is fine. It has nothing to do with Ashkenazi Sefaradi. And it is and my kids, my married daughter follows her husband's minhagim, and my single daughters have the right until they're married to follow my minhagim, which includes eating kitniot on Pesach, but one of them does, one of them does not. So I had a falafel on Pesach. Okay, big deal. Okay, because in the program I'm at, there's no kitniot, so I had to go out of my way to have kitniot. So in any case, that's the first thing people ask me, by the way. When they heard that I converted, so to speak, in quotes, you can eat kitniot? Well, you don't ask about anything else. You want to know about kitniot, right? Yeah. So everyone asks me that. This is cute. So I said, yeah, I can eat kitniot 365 days a year. I can eat chametz almost 365 days a year too. So can you. I haven't looked back. There's not a point where I said, maybe I shouldn't have done this. No, there's zero regret because I find every day, I guess every day is a little bit of an exaggeration, almost every day. I find myself thinking like, this is the greatest thing the greatest change I've ever made in my life. Which leads me to why I'm sharing this in the first place. Not just stam because of information and an interesting story. I want to go back to the idea of growth. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in creation, much of what Hashem created is round. Our head, the planets, stars more or less, much of the things you see, the animals, the heads of the animals. There's nothing in creation that's square. Did you ever notice that? Nothing. There's nothing Hashem created in this world that is naturally square. There's a message behind that. Let's assume for a moment you are on somewhere standing on like a platform, a ramp. You put a square, a cube on that. What happens? It just sits there. It's stagnant. If you took a ball, you put it there, it rolls. Depending which way you move the ramp, the ball will go with it. Ball signifies movement. It could be backwards or forwards. A cube represents stagnation, staying put. The message Hashem gives us in creation, the physical view of what we see, is Hashem wants that movement and the growth and not stagnation. And there's no cube in creation because of that, among other reasons, I am sure. When I was in Tzfat, one of the first times, many years ago with a group, we parked in a parking lot below the level of the artist colony and all that. And we had to walk up 86 stairs to get to the top.
Wow.
We got to the top, and of course everyone's going, oh my God, I can't breathe, where's the oxygen? When we came down, everyone, like that. I got on the bus, I took the mic, and I said, listen, we all just experienced something that we don't, this is before I went through this whole metamorphosis. We all experienced something just now that's really important to point out. It was so difficult for us to climb those stairs and so easy to come down. Why? Because growth and change, where you have to make an effort, is difficult. And it's very easy to go backwards. Very easy to slide backwards. What I did is radical in many people's eyes, and that's fine. I'm not suggesting people go out and run out to become Sefaradi, or if they're Sefaradi to become Ashkenazi. I'm not talking about that. What I am suggesting is looking to make change and growth in your life. Never be satisfied with the status quo. Because I had a conversation with someone, a friend of mine in the United States recently. I said, how are things? He said, same old, same old. And I thought about that statement, and they really were.
Wow.
Because who he is today is exactly who he was before I met Aliyah. Zero change. Because we talked over the years, and I thought about it. I said, no growth. Life and connection to Hashem is about growth. It's about really making the effort. I'm going to tell you a brief story that some of you I know for sure have heard. Besides the fact that I've told it, it's been told over many times, but it's worth hearing. It's about a boxer. I told the story here 3 years ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's a story about a boxer, lived in New York City, the Lower East Side, and I think Malka has heard the story at least twice, that was in his 80s, who was not religious, and he had a son who became religious. He went on the derech. I never heard that expression until just now, but he went onto the derech. Got to try that. And he started learning, and one day he asked his father, like, why don't you learn with me? He was completely nothing. He knew nothing. He says, I don't know anything. So he started explaining. He says, okay, what are you learning? So he says, this is Gemara. He says, well, I'll learn that with you. He says, you can't just start with Gemara. You need to start literally with the Aleph base. Start at the beginning. No, I want to start, you're learning Gemara, I want to learn with you. Mm-hmm. So he struggled learning with his son, this boxer. He was a professional boxer, for a full year. After a year, they finished the first page of Gemara. One full page. And his father said, I know you've done this before when you finish the whole book. You make a party, it's called a siyum. I want to make a siyum on this one page. So the son says, that's cute, but it's one page. I want to make a siyum. So the son said, I have to ask a shaila if we can do this. So he called Rav Moshe Feinstein, Sefaradi v'kadosh livracha, and he said, I want to know if my father can make a siyum on this one page. He told him the whole story. He says, not only should he make a siyum, I'm coming to the siyum. It was the next night, the 2 nights later, they made a siyum and everything. It was beautiful. Rav Moshe spoke. The very next morning after the siyum, the boxer died. Rav Moshe said, Yesh shekoneh olamo bidaka achat, which is not exactly the words of the Gemara I'm quoting, that a person can acquire his place in heaven in just 1 minute. What does that mean? He was someone who didn't keep Torah mitzvot for 80 years. And all of a sudden was inspired to make a change. And just from that one siyum and from that one page of Gemara, he could have earned his entire olam haba. The other story is, that go hand in hand, I heard both of them from Rabbi Yisachar Frand, is about Rav Moshe also. His son-in-law, Rabbi Tendler, tells the story that Rav Moshe called him one day and said, I want you to come over and drink a l'chaim with me. I just finished Shas. I finished all the Talmud for the 3rd time. He says, wait, what? You know the whole thing by heart. What do you mean the 3rd time? You've probably done it dozens and dozens and dozens. He says, well, there's a concept that you're supposed to review all your learning 101 times. So I finished that 3 times now, which means over 300 times for the entire Shas. Yeah. And I want to drink a l'chaim. Rabbi Frand finishes by telling us the following statement. He says it powerfully, and I will not. He says, it's never too little, it's never too much, it's never too late, and it's never enough. What does that mean? You might think you get to a point in life, I talked about this before also, I did my year in seminary, I did my year in yeshiva, and you plateau, and that's it. That's where you're going to stay the rest of your life. I was at 18, 19 years old, I was steiging away till 1 o'clock in the morning in the base medrash. I really was. I don't do that now. I couldn't stay up to that late anyways. Right? So but I could feel, I'm coasting. Look what I was able to accomplish in my life at 18, 19 years old. 59 years now. 59 years old. 40 years later, more. And what if I'd stayed like that? What if I'd not grown at all? Forget the Sefaradi thing. At all. I would be that cute. Still sitting back in 1976, 1977, 1978. And I didn't want that. And that's part of the reason I'm doing this today. To try to inspire other people to do something. It could be something as simple as get yourself a new siddur. See the words differently. Do something you don't normally do. Change your routine. If you normally do a chesed, do a different type of chesed. If you, whatever, fill in the blank. But don't allow yourself to religiously stagnate. Because what we're here in this world, our goal, our purpose in this world is to serve Hashem, to be an Eved Hashem. And if we're going to be an Eved Hashem, it doesn't mean sitting with your feet up on the desk. I always like to try to correlate that idea with a regular quote-unquote job. Imagine for a moment, you're my boss. And you come into work, and I come in half an hour late. I come in, I say hi people, I give them high fives, then I go make myself a cup of coffee. Then I go sit at my desk and I put my feet up on the desk and start playing on my phone. Now it's already 11 o'clock and you, my boss, come over and say, what's wrong with you? First of all, you come in late. Then you make coffee. Then you start high-fiving everybody. Now you got your feet up on the desk. Hello? You're being paid to work. Well, we wouldn't accept. How long is he going to be working that place? Not very long. Right? But that's what we do. We do that. Think about it. To some extent, everyone does that to some extent. You know, there's nothing wrong with recreation, there's nothing wrong with relaxing, nothing wrong with that at all. But when people come in, you know, in the middle of tefillah and think that it's okay, when people think that, and everyone has different responsibilities, not taking anyone's inventory, as they say. But when people, you know, poo-poo, I don't need to do that mitzvah, it's okay, I don't have to do that one, I don't have to really grow. Learning Torah, it's for the people who have a brain. We put our feet up. We play on the phone. I'm talking metaphorically right now, besides literally, in a metaphorical sense. We put our feet up. We play on our phone. We waste a lot of time. And when it comes time to someone say, why don't we do X? I don't have any time. I don't have any time. Right? The same kids who tell me that they stayed up to 3 in the morning playing video games or watching movies, can't stay up till 10 o'clock on Shavuos night to learn something. Learn 5 minutes. Learn something. Oh, no, I'm so tired. Oh, now you're tired. Because it's not a movie. My point, again, is growth versus stagnation. It doesn't have to be radical. It doesn't have to be life-changing, but it can't be zero. There has to be change to be a good Eved Hashem. And the better Eved Hashem, the better servant of Hashem you are, the better person you become to Hashem, obviously, to your community, to your friends, to your people, and then, of course, ultimately to yourself. Any questions? I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful day.
It's me too young, but if you ever give this speech again in English, tape it so you can put it on YouTube.
I did, right now.
Yes, but this is... Oh, you did
That's audio.
video?
That's video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.